I had a bad week. Did you have a bad week? Listen, I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to let you into my world so that perhaps you find something in there that's relatable. And then I'm going to tell you what I did to weather the storm and how I go out of it. Okay, just 5 more minutes.
Hell of a week, wasn't it? You and I, what? We had issues at work, money worries, your partner got mad at you, and on top of it all, your brain decided that it was a perfect time to constantly ask you, what is the point of it? Why are we doing this? What are we even fighting for? Hell, am I even worth fighting for? And most of the time, these weeks are a bunch of things piled on together. You know, like money, work, love, sex, illness. Sometimes it's all of them at once. And it can make it very hard for us to maintain our routines, our habits. It's a lot of emotional weight, and that's hard to lug around. It weighs you down, and you'll find yourself trying to do the things you need to do at the same pace as you usually do them. And we tend not to acknowledge that we are feeling heavy, that it's harder to reach our normal pace, leave alone finish everything we need to do. And it becomes a sort of a vicious cycle. You feel bad, you slow down, you fail to reach your goals, then you punish yourself, and you feel bad, and you slow down, and on it goes. There are very few things that are as sneaky and insidious as trying to create good work out of a shit week. Sometimes you can't even see that it's happening, but it'll derail you fast. And while it's doing that, it'll convince you that this is because you are a bad person that can't do anything right. So, how do we deal with all of that? Now, this was my fucking week. First off, I finally realized that I can't do this for much longer. You know, the channel, it's not working as fast as I need it to. So I'm going to have to pivot. I might have to find a job. But it's come down to that. I'm still going to make videos. I'm still going to try to make this work. But the way things stand right now, I need to figure out a way to make money. So I need to do that first. And that sort of realization, it's hard. It's difficult to admit that, you know, you ran out of time. That the thing that you're doing needs to help in a different way. So, again, I will continue to run the channel. This will continue, but I can't do just that. So, I don't know how this will impact consistency. I hope it doesn't. But my dog needs to eat. And realizing this is usually followed by a lot of feelings of inadequacy. Feeling like I'm not good enough for the things that I want. It's a very effective negative feedback machine. And it makes a lot of noise. And that in turn generates a lot of self-doubt that feeds on itself. Then, of course, there's the whole getting older thing, which adds to the noise. I'm 46 now. Like, realistically, how much time do I even have to take these big swings and try wild things anymore? And then, of course, there's money. Or rather, there's no money, and that's the problem. Every trip to the grocery store is stressful. Every day I check my bank account to make sure I didn't forget any bills and I'm not getting slapped with a fine out of the blue. So, you know, add that to the pile, and then my brain will convince me that I have very little drive, skills, or motivation, and that I'm lazy and sluggish. And once again, this is all fake. This is all lies. These are all lies I tell myself when I feel bad. I do have the drive. I do have the skills. I do have the motivation, but it's one of those weeks where everything just comes together to yell at you for being not enough. And it comes from a lot of different sources as well. Like, these are all words that somebody who loved me has told me before, a parent, a partner, a friend. Someone who was just trying to help and in the process implanted these festering seeds in my mind that keep repeating how terrible I am. That I should forget about trying to be good enough. And then I even try to step away and, play a video game, play my guitar or something. The things that bring me joy. And I felt guilty the whole damn time. Like, I couldn't finish this script, for example, this script right here. I couldn't finish it last week like I was supposed to. I didn't have much of a drive because, my brain kept yelling that this is not working out. So I tried doing fun, relaxing stuff while feeling that I shouldn't, feeling that I was rewarding myself for not doing the thing, feeling that I didn't deserve to chill. And on top of that, there's this pressure to finish things on time, pinning my self-worth and my value to this hypothetical ability to finish things on time. And then for some cosmic fucking reason, I found myself in a bookstore, just browsing around, and I bumped into the graphic novel section, and suddenly I had this realization. I realized that the only reason I haven't followed my dream of publishing a graphic novel is because I'm terrified. I have the time, I have nothing but time, and I have the tools, they're right here, and the script, I have it right there. It's been finished for years, so it's not that. It's because I'm scared, I'm terrified, I'm paralyzed by the idea of failure. And I've spoken about this before. If you can't accept failure, you're gonna fail anyways. But this is somehow not landing with me. And then finally, I've been good with my money. I've been careful, I've been frugal. I haven't ordered pizza all week. I haven't ordered pizza all week. No money, no pizza, no happy. And it's a lot of things. And it's okay to feel like this, but there are things we can try to make this easier. Okay, first off, and it might sound a little counterintuitive, but you gotta step back and let those feelings happen. You can't prevent them. And ignoring them just makes them come back with a vengeance on another day where you're still not going to be ready. Fighting those feelings will just drain you. Let them wash over you. Feel them, acknowledge them, and then thank them for coming. You learned a lot, can't wait to meet again, but it's time for them to go. That's one. Second, try some responsible self-care. And what do I mean by that? I mean, come up with things that you like to do that won't generate feelings of guilt. Because sometimes we lock ourselves up for a little self-care day and we end up feeling worse than when we went in. And that's only because we are unable to relax. We don't feel we're entitled to the super good time we're having. You gotta remember, it's not transactional. You don't have to insert productivity to be able to enjoy a little downtime. Nobody can work and produce results all day, every day. We all need to relax. And that relaxing means you also need to understand you do, in fact, deserve it. But how do we do that exactly? Well, I'm going to point to my old reliable method of doing everything. A notebook. Writing down things helps me remember them and helps me get in the mindset of things I need to do. But also, when I find myself in these emotional craters, what I do is I'll write down, like physically write down things I'm grateful for. One thing will do. that's enough. But if you find 2 or 3, even better. Doesn't have to be a laundry list of things. Just write down things you're grateful for. In my case, last week was my friends, people who are there for me no matter what. And I also wrote down that I am grateful to live in Paris. The dream had always been to live outside of Ecuador. And hey, look at me living the dream. Hugely grateful for this opportunity, as a matter of fact. And my dog. I hope he knows that I can't thank him enough. And it's good to remember that you once prayed for times like this. And it doesn't matter where you ended up, things are always going to be difficult. It's part of it. Another thing you need to try is to lean into your friends, literally. Text them, tell them you're having a bad time. They don't need to fix anything. But having a drink or a walk or coffee with someone you love can help you step away from your own head. And that's just helpful. Oh, and also, I know a lot of people, a lot of studies out there even recommend meditation to calm your head, quiet your thoughts. I can't meditate to save my life. The minute I close my eyes, my mind starts asking questions about the Roman Empire. It's just impossible for me. But I found the next best thing. Journaling. 3 pages of stream of consciousness writing. Doesn't matter what it's about. Writing helps your mind slow down because you need to use your hands. And they're not as fast as your mouth. But this is a technique that is discussed in a book called The Artist's Way, which has been incredible help to me. So, like, if you have trouble meditating, try journaling. 3 pages, small notebook. One of the cheap ones, so you don't feel like you're ruining the good notebook by writing. Journaling will help to reveal a plan, a roadmap you can follow. Because sometimes these bad weeks happen because we don't know what to do next. We're literally just mind blocked. Having a plan means that when the time comes to make a decision, you won't have to do it under pressure. Maybe I should make a video about that. But anyway, this connects nicely to another strategy you can try. Writing, make a different list. A list of things you've accomplished, things you've finished lately. In my case, for example, this looks like made another video for the Tuesday deadline. I managed to get there. Finished setting up a newsletter last week, which I've been meaning to do for a while. Socialized, saw friends, went outside. Told my dog he's a good boy. Huge task on my list, just crossed off. I helped a friend with her cat. I made progress on my latest song that I'm working on. I made progress on an ebook that I'm working for this channel. And when you do that, this is going to help you visualize the enormous amount of road you've covered. And that's something to feel proud about. You can feel stressed about the present. We all do. But if you look back for just a second, you'll notice how far you've come, how much you've actually walked, and all the shit you've gone through. And look at you, still here, still fighting. We had a bad week, but that doesn't define us, does it? No. No, it doesn't. So what I want you to do, the first thing that I want you to do is go ahead and have a shit week so that you can actually implement these strategies, you know? But in all honesty, if you're here, you're probably in the middle of a shit week already. So what I want you to do is I want you to sit down and make a list of things you've achieved. Doesn't matter if it's recent. Just make a list of achievements and remember, every single item on that list moves your pawn further down the road. You'll be surprised at how far you've come. And take an actual self-care day. If you're able to take a day off work, do that. And stay home with your favorite shows, or go to your favorite museum, or go watch your team at the actual stadium. Anything that you enjoy. But the catch is you have to do it with a smile. You have to enjoy it. Your brain will keep telling you you don't deserve it. But this is not about deserving anything. This is about having fun. Because you know what else you don't deserve? All the crap that's happened this week. Your brainy brain wants to talk about deserving. Well, we got some points to make in that regard, don't we? So write that list. Do that fun thing. Take a walk, hydrate, take a hot shower. We're going to be okay. It'll happen again. But we're going to be okay.